It's Tuesday, the 22nd of October, 2024. Welcome to the Fast 5 Business News by Fear and Greed, where we give you the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Michael Thompson, and good morning, Sean Aylmer.
Good morning, Michael.
Sean, 5 stories, 5 minutes, let's go. Story number 1, Wisetech Global's share price tumbled more than 13% yesterday on more revelations of alleged poor and lecherous behaviour by its founder and CEO, Richard White.
The tech group's board convened over the weekend to re-examine allegations against Mr. White by a sexual partner after they were notified of a story in Nine Media. Nine says the women made a series of damaging claims, including allegations of inappropriate behaviour by Mr. White. These are allegations that Mr. White approached numerous female entrepreneurs via text message and social media with offer of professional support that could shift into suggestive language. One woman dubbed him the LinkedIn lecher. There were also corporate governance concerns over Mr. White's decision to pay former Chief Growth Officer Gail Williamson $2.7 million without disclosing it to investors. This is all on top of the dispute between Mr. White and wellness entrepreneur Linda Rogan, who claims that Mr. White wanted to have a sexual relationship with her in exchange for investing in her companies. The board of directors has said it's seeking further information and taking external advice. Investors are worried they've sold off the company. Mr. White created Wisetech in 1994, listed it in 2016 worth $1 billion. It's now worth $41 billion.
Richard White himself says, Sean, that he doesn't want to step down from running the business. Could that happen, though?
Yes, absolutely. Boards have to take allegations like these seriously. Not that long ago, it could have pretty much have been ignored, less likely now. Plus, big investors, super funds, they don't want to be around these sorts of messes. But founder CEOs are very, very powerful. It really does show the problem with having a dominant founder CEO. When it works really well. When it fails, it does so spectacularly.
Yeah, indeed. All right, moving on to story number 2 now. The federal court has ordered Qantas to pay $170,000 in compensation to 3 workers who formed a test case for the 1,700 ground workers who were illegally sacked during COVID-19.
Given it's a test case, it could get very expensive for Qantas, like tens or hundreds of millions of dollars. The case now goes into mediation between Qantas and the transport workers' unions to work out payouts for the other 1,697 workers. Now, Qantas stood down ground handlers, which were their employees during COVID. They didn't replace them. Instead, they illegally outsourced ground handlers. Qantas CEO Vanessa Hudson, in a statement yesterday, apologised to workers. The Transport Workers Union celebrated what it called an unprecedented decision.
Story number 3, King Charles and Queen Camilla are in the country, in case you didn't know it, Sean. And yesterday in Canberra, Independent Senator Lydia Thorpe was escorted from Parliament's Great Hall after interrupting a ceremony.
The ex-Green senator waited for the king to finish his speech before shouting at him, saying things like, "You are not our king, you are not welcome, give us our land back," before throwing in some obscenities. She was walking towards the king as she was saying it. Eventually, people stood in front of her. She was forced out of the room. During the whole process, the king turned and was speaking quietly to Prime Minister Anthony Albanese.
This next one, story number 4, is really quite remarkable, Sean. The former chair of Mineral Resources, Peter Wade, failed to disclose a 10-year tax evasion scheme that was established by the miner's billionaire managing director, Chris Ellison.
The scheme made money for the 2 plus 3 other founding executives, but cost shareholders $7 million, according to allegations in the Financial Review. Mr. Wade was a member of the Mineral Resources Board Audit Committee from 2006 to 2011. He didn't disclose that the 5 senior executives were using a British Virgin Islands domiciled company to buy machinery with shareholder funds and on-sell the equipment to the West Australian iron ore and lithium miner at a high markup. Mr. Ellison told the AFR it was a serious lapse of judgment from him. He's since made a settlement with the ATO and all outstanding tax has been paid. Mineral Resources Board said it had full confidence in Mr. Ellison.
Last one, story number 5, US politics. Sean, Donald Trump has had a good and bad couple of days. The good, a great photo opportunity for him working in a McDonald's in Pennsylvania. The bad, a very off-colour comment about former golfer Arnold Palmer.
Not only is this the closest presidential race in decades, I reckon it is the weirdest. Mr. Trump was working at McDonald's. He was in a drive-through. He was boxing chips. He spent about 15 minutes there, and it was a fantastic photo opportunity. No doubt about it. Earlier, in a 12-minute speech at Arnold Palmer Regional Airport. He said, and I quote, "When he took showers," he's referring to Arnold Palmer, "when he took showers with the other pros, they came out of there, they said, 'Oh my God, that's unbelievable.'" We know what he's referencing. He went on, "We have women that are highly sophisticated here, but they used to look at Arnold." Wow. Poor taste, sexist, irrelevant.
There we go. The top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Michael.
It's Tuesday, the 22nd of October, 2024. Remember to hit follow on the podcast. And if 5 minutes isn't enough, you can find our longer daily show called Fear and Greed, wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm Michael Thompson, and that was the Fast 5 Business News by Fear and Greed. Have a great day.